Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every chosen vessel to hit that like button, share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Salute to Drew Nation and the GCVs. Shout out to the Galactic family. Let's get into it. Those enablers who sat around and let you figure out those were narcissists are going to suffer the same fate as the narcopath. There are some enablers that have narcissistic traits, and they'll just sit around and watch you go through something a person shouldn't experience. Those are the people that just let you figure things out on your own. And there's nothing wrong with that in some cases. Sometimes people are supposed to figure things out on their own. But when you're being mishandled and when people are treating you with their best interest or for your best in a way that's in your best interest, and they just sit around and don't say anything, that's not good. They had the opportunity to speak up and be a good person. But there are some people who like to watch other people suffer. Okay? There are some people that just, they like to watch other people suffer for whatever reason. They're a little sick and twisted. They may not do the acts themselves, but when they're in the midst of it, or they see something happening, these are the people that just won't say anything. They just turn a blind eye to it. And there's nothing wrong with minding your business, but when you see somebody that's going through something and you can say something and you just don't, that shows that you have a lack of empathy. It shows that you don't care about people that much. You can't put yourself in somebody else's shoes, because if that was you, you wouldn't either let yourself get treated that way, or you would want somebody to say something to you, be like, hey, you shouldn't allow this person to come at you like this. This person shouldn't be treating you like this. That's not how somebody's supposed to treat someone. So when people just sit around and do nothing, in all reality, they're no better than the person that's treating you that way. If you guys are in the same family, if you guys are in the same job, if you guys are in the same group or the same church or the same group of friends, somebody should stand up and say that's not right. But you have people who are enablers. They just won't do anything. They'll sit back, laugh about it too, talk about you behind your back, because keep in mind, they may not be a full-blown narcissist, but they have the traits of one. So their behavior is not going to be too far off from a person that is that way full-blown. And birds of a feather flock together, so it's not too far out to conceive or think that these people would be together, or they would be friends with each other, or they would be in the same group, or they would be associates or cohorts or whatever you want to call it. But they're going to suffer the same fate as the narcopath, because they had an opportunity to stand up and say something. When you see something, you're supposed to say something when it comes to just being a good person, because you don't want to see somebody go through any types of trauma or any types of issues. And what's really sad is that a lot of these people that sit back and don't say anything, they've been through the same thing themselves. They just want to see somebody else go through it, because it makes them feel better, because misery loves company. And people will go to no extent to see you endure or have to go through something similar to what they went through or worse. People don't care, and it's a cold world. So you have to always, from this point on, be aware and be prayed up, and not just trust everybody, and you have to trust your intuition and your feelings more than you trust other people. Your intuition and your discernment, that's basically your connection with God, and that's how you're going to be able to tell whether people are good or bad, or whether people deserve to be in your life or not, or whether you should be spending time with certain people or not. All right, that is the form of how God answers your prayers when you ask him if people should be in your life or you should cut people off or not. When you go around them, you're gonna get vibes and pick up on energies that they're giving off. You're gonna pick up on their frequency that they're giving off, and it's gonna tell you that you should no longer deal with this particular person, and that you're putting yourself in harm's way. Your peace, your health. All right. People underestimate the effect of their health on. People underestimate the effect that these individuals have on your health. It's like a silent killer. They put you under a certain amount of stress, and then they have the nerve to gaslight you about it. And when people are enabling you, it doesn't help. It makes you that is how people do crazy making. Enablers are sometimes even worse because they aid in the crazy making, where you may think it's just that person. Now you have more than one person kind of inkling towards or kind of hinting towards that it may be something wrong with you, when in all reality they're just trying to destroy you because you're better than them. It's a real deep, it gets deep when you're better than people and they feel some type of way about it, and there's nothing that they can do about it. They're really going to be mad, they're really going to be upset, and they're not going to care how you feel, because you have deflated or destroyed their ego with your confidence and your belief in yourself and your positive attitude. You destroy these people when you go around them. All right, they can't stand to be around you, and you're basically cooking them in a sense. It's like your energy is too powerful, and it starts to make them envious, and that envious spirit starts to attack them, and it starts to attack their health. All right, so they start to get envious, and they start to get filled with rage, and they start to get angry, and their ego is being destroyed during this process. And while their ego is being destroyed, that's when they're suffering, and you're inflicting the most damage on them, and you're causing them the most injury. So that's why out of nowhere, people will just be sitting around them, or you'll just be at your job, or you'll be at the table, and it'll just be a random remark out of nowhere that catches you off guard, that puts you down, and that makes you feel bad about yourself. Or there was an attempt to make that happen with their remark. Their attempt was to put you down. Their attempt was to make you feel bad about yourself. And then the other people that are there, if they don't care, if they don't have any empathy toward you or towards life, period, or in general, or if they're not empaths, or they just don't have a good heart, then they're not going to care. They could have narcissistic traits, or they could be narcissists themselves. All right, they could be evil themselves, and they could just not care. And they could also be aiding in your destruction because they feel jealous towards you as well. It's possible for more than one person to be fake towards you and jealous towards you at one time. So you have to watch your back, and you have to be careful around smiling faces and around people that claim to have your best interest at heart, but it doesn't feel that they do. All right, because your vibes don't lie. Energy doesn't lie. People's energy is always going to give off how they feel. You can't trust what they say, and you can't trust their words just because sometimes they say something and they do it. And that's where a lot of people get caught up with, is because somebody says something and they do it. It's hard for you to think that this person would betray you, stab you in the back, gossip, backbite, or have hatred towards you. But it's very possible. People are very deceptive, and people are very sneaky in the way that they try to attack you and get off their hatred towards you. All right. Some people want to keep you in the mix just so they could keep control over how they perceive you, because they know if they keep you attached to them, it's going to keep you at a certain frequency, which is going to keep you held down and keep you held back. So enablers will also sometimes be just as bad as the narcissist, because if the enabler doesn't want to see good for you, they're no better. They may not be full blown, but they're aiding in the process of your destruction because they're not saying anything. They're not opening their mouth. They're not speaking up. If you were in their shoes, you would speak up if you saw something happening like that to you. If you were older, if you were an adult around a child, you wouldn't allow the things that happen to you verbally or mentally to happen to somebody else. You wouldn't allow people to treat someone like that to make them question themselves or doubt themselves or make them feel like it's something they're doing wrong just for merely existing or having a certain level of happiness. So those enablers, they don't want to see you succeed as well. They hate the idea of you being able to move on with your life and turn into something better than how they currently view you. You have a positive view of yourself, and your outlook of how you want your life to go is extremely different than how they think of you. And that is another thing that causes them a lot of injury, because you think of yourself greater than how they think of you. And they already see you as better than them. And since you're better than them, they're trying to control how you view yourself and how you perceive reality. Because as an empath, your perception is one of your superpowers, how you perceive things. That's why people will try to mess up your mind and get you to have a negative perception, a negative outlook on life. People know that you have a superpower of perception. People know that you're super magnetic. People know that you're super attractive. You attract the things that you like into your life. You attract the things that you desire into your life. You attract good things into your life. So what they'll try to do is they'll see these things, and that's why they'll call you weird. That's why they'll gaslight you, and that's why they'll act like they don't see you. They see you manifesting. They see you attracting. They see God moving in your life. They see your blessings. They see how your life goes. So people will try to change your perception to get you to focus on the negative things, so you'll have negative experiences and draw more negative into your life using your superpower, your power of fascination, your power of perception incorrectly. And it's a foul game that people will play on you. All right, acting fake negative just to get you to act negative. People see that you're affected by energies and moods and personalities. So people will play games with you. They'll act mean and negative on purpose, and they won't even really feel that way. But they'll do that just to play with you and just to change your mood and your attitude. So you have to be aware, and you really have to pay attention to people, and you have to not react and really pay close attention to the energy that they're giving off and all their expressions, because a lot of these people are faking. A lot of these people are just acting, trying to change your mood. All right, trying to get you upset. It's like somebody starting an argument. All right, if they'll start an argument, what I'm saying, if you're not really understanding, it's basically just like somebody starting an argument and they're not really upset. They'll do that too. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's along those same lines. It's just like how they start arguments, but they're not even really mad about what they're starting the argument about. They're just doing it to affect you negatively, to change your mood, to lower your spirit, because they know your vibes are on high. When you put God on high, he'll put you on high. And that means your energy is going to be on high. Your spirit is going to be on high. You're going to be on a high frequency, vibrating at a high level. And that's why people can't take you. Your good energy is too good for them. You feel too good to be around people. They can't take how good you feel. Your spirit is too uplifted. You're in the heavenly realms in your mind, when you go around these people and they're not there. Your smile is different. Your glow is different. You give off a good feel when they get around you, and they don't give off that energy. So it's going to create jealousy. It's going to create animosity. You're not going to be able to be around people who are jealous of you when they're jealous of you for being who you are, or your talent, or your gift, or your business, whatever, however God blesses you. When you're super blessed and you feel that people are jealous of you for a particular reason, and it's draining you to be around them, you're going to have to pay attention to this. And you're going to have to watch out for enablers. People that tell you you don't know what you're talking about. It's you. This person is not that bad. There's nothing wrong with this person. It's you. This person is not the problem. You don't like this person. This person causes problems. I mean, you cause problems with this person. This person doesn't cause problems with you. So you have to watch out for enablers, because the narcopath is influencing these people. They're smearing you to these people. They're telling these people that you're the problem. They're telling these people that it's you, and you aren't doing anything. All right? You're simply just being there. And people are having a problem with you because of the fact that you are better than them. You have a better heart than them. You don't get jealous of people like they do. They get jealous over people. They get jealous over how better people's lives are. They get jealous over who has the better car. You're supposed to be hanging out with people and having a good time. This person is worried about who's going to pull up in the better ride, who's going to be dressed better, who did better this year, who's richer than who's going to be the richest person pulling up, who's going to be the best person pulling up. Instead of just having a good time and just being around people and just enjoying yourself. They can't call themselves to do that because they don't have the mindset for that. That's what all that competition stuff is about. People be getting around just to see who does better in disguise of a meetup or a meet and greet or a celebration. You know, it's like, yo, it'll be a whole competition going on, and you don't even see it. You thinking you just having a good time with people and just enjoying yourself. At least you're trying to. And it really makes it difficult. It really makes it difficult. Like you think that you could go to somebody and talk to them because they're there. You think they see what's going on, because you see what's going on as clear as day, in plain sight. You see what's going on. You see how you're being treated because you're the one that's withstanding it. You're the one that's taking it. It's like, okay, this is how I'm being treated. Okay, cool. You're right here. You gotta see it. You gotta see it. This is something I know you see it. You've got to see this. I'm here. You're here. I know I'm not the only one that notices this. Hey, gee, no, what are you talking about? I don't know. So it'll be co-workers. It'll be bosses. It'll be family members. It'll be friends. You'll be like, yo, is she acting like that? Am I bugging? Is he all right? Am I tripping? Is it me? I don't know what you're talking about. It is you. I don't see it. They never act that way around me. That's gaslighting. All right, people will gaslight you. Enablers, their main tactic is gaslighting. Just like narcissists, they'll gaslight you, but all enablers do is gaslight. All right, so you can't trust just because someone isn't full blown, just because they just have a trait or two, or they're not really treating you that bad. All right, these are the people that will be around you that don't treat you that bad. They won't treat you bad. But the thing is, they'll ignore, and disrespect the hell out of you by not acknowledging the fact that you're going through what you're going through, even though they're seeing it as clear as day right in their face. They see it. They see that that you're being bothered and that you're being mentally tormented. All right, they see that this person is picking your mind apart and playing you like a violin. They see it. but they don't have nothing to say about it because it's not them, and they're jealous of you too, and they don't want to see you get out of this situation. All right, there are people that they want to see. These are the people that want to see you suffer, y'all. It's like you're in a bad situation. It's not like this person wants bad for you, but they don't want the best for you either. It's like these are the people that won't go out of their way to cause you any harm, which is good. They won't cause you any harm. They won't do anything to harm you, but they'll sit back and just watch other people do you dirty. And when you go to talk to them about it, be like, yo, do you see this? Is there any way you could help me with this? Or I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see it. You're the problem. They aid in the crazy making, though. So they won't do anything to you physically. They won't play any part in your destruction except for the crazy making and the gaslighting. They play a major part in that. They won't get their hands dirty, and they think they're not playing any part in it. They really honestly think they have no part in this at all. But they're enabling. They're saying that this person isn't that bad. They're telling you that it's nothing wrong with this individual when you can clearly see that it's something wrong with them. And when you have two people going against one mind, it makes you second guess yourself and doubt yourself. Like, is it me? And it's not you. You've been walking around and you've been carrying guilt. You see how damaging this stuff is? And it's like, why would you do that to a person? This causes you to feel guilty because you think you're doing something wrong. You think you're causing harm to someone. You think you're the bad person. You think you're the narc. You think you're the narcopath. But like, yo, it's me. I'm a bad person. You go around with your head hanging down and feeling bad because you get stonewalled. All right, because people give you the silent treatment and you ain't even the one that's wrong. You're not even the one that's in the wrong. They just want to play with your mind one more time. And that's a very huge sign of disrespect. Somebody that'll just play with your mind and act like nothing is going on. Like, what do you take a person for when you do that? How do you do that to somebody and live with yourself and sleep at night? And then still think that you're not doing anything wrong at all. And then when somebody brings this to your attention, you tell them that you don't even see what they're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is. I don't see that. I don't see that side of them. You always blame them for everything. And they'll say that to you. You always blame them for everything. Okay, there you go, making everything their problem. It's never you. And you won't even be the one doing nothing. This is the stuff that stresses you out early on. This is the stuff that makes you question your reality. This is the stuff that makes you think that you're the problem. And when you think that you're the problem, you go through your life having nothing but problems and being problematic. They put a spell on you. They put curses on you. And once you break up, you realize, like, yo, they put a curse on me, man. They put a spell on me my whole life, having me thinking that I'm problematic, having me thinking that I'm not good enough, having me thinking that I need to doubt myself, having me thinking that I'm not better, and when I am, and that I should be ashamed for being better, be ashamed for being greater, to forget all that stuff, man. Y'all know what I wanted to say. Forget all that. There's no more time for being ashamed for being who you were created to be. Don't dim your light, man. You were made to be better. You are better. You don't even have it in your mind to come up with a way to treat someone like this, to affect them like that. You don't even have that in you. It's like, where do you learn this stuff? Where do you learn this stuff? This is just textbook evil. Like, where do you learn this stuff? How do you decide and just wake up one day and just be like, yo, this is what I'm going to do. This is the type of person that I'm going to be. I'm going to treat you like this. And if you don't accept this treatment, You're not going, if you don't accept this treatment, you don't accept me and you don't like me. That's another thing, because you don't like being treated bad. You don't like a person. You don't take this unfair treatment. You don't like me. That will destroy a person that is unaware of what is going on. That will cause somebody that will cause someone's mind to basically just fall apart, and they'll have to pick up the pieces and put it back together like a puzzle. God willing, all right, you're like, man, you have to have been a prayer warrior your whole life to make it through that. That's why it's always good to have a connection with God. That's how you know you're chosen. You've always had a connection to God. He always was there for you. He knew what you were going to go through before you went through it. He knew it before you even got here. He knew you in your mother's womb. He knew what you were going to go through, the trials you would face, the things you would have to endure, how he would have to be there for you. He already knew. Don't go tear no more than poles up, y'all. He already knew. It just fixed the electricity. We need it now. All right. He already knew. So anybody that is enabling, they're going to suffer the same fate. Enablers like to watch people suffer. All right. These are people that their dreams didn't happen. These are people that they failed. They became unsuccessful. They didn't get what they wanted out of life. So now they don't go out of their way to cause anyone any trouble, but they're not going to want to see you win. They're not going to want to see your success. They're not going to want to see you shine. And it's deeper than just another man not having something, so they don't want to see you with it. They legit don't want to see you with it. They know ways to try to help you. They know ways to try to get you to the next level, and they won't even tell you, because they want to watch you struggle. These are the people that enjoy your struggle. They want to watch you struggle. These are the people that want to do that. Enablers. And that's okay. They're allowed to be that. But that's why you have God, and that's why you have to pray, because there are people out here, there are deceptive people out here smiling in your smiling faces. There are deceptive people out here with smiling faces that are upset because they're not in your spot. They want your spot. They can't have it. They cannot have your spot. They cannot be you. They can't have what you have. They're not blessed with the gifts and talents that God blessed you with. They don't have the heart that God blessed you with, the mind or the spirit that he gave you. You have so many things to be grateful for, and they want to snatch that gratefulness. They want to snatch that goodness right up from underneath you. Don't be happy. What you happy for? We ain't happy. You got a whole lot to be happy for. You got a whole lot to be grateful for. They don't see it because it's not theirs. It's like somebody going to the NBA and somebody that's not, and you telling that person to go to that's going to the NBA to tone it down. What do you mean? I'm going to the NBA. I'm living my dream. What are you talking about? I'm headed straight to success. You think I'm not going to smile and be joyful and be cheerful? You think you're not going to see a joyful spirit in me? I'm going to the big leagues. What you talking about? And they want to downplay your achievements. These are early signs. You do something good, that your achievements get downplayed. People make more fuss about what you do wrong than what you do right. You do something right, huh? You do something wrong. Jobs love doing that. Petty people in relationships love doing that. Petty people, period, love doing that. And because you don't expect it, you don't see it coming, you don't have that type of mind until you become aware of it. People just play games with you until you pick up on it, until you mentally just override it and stop caring. You mentally override it and you stop caring. It becomes something that you don't even worry about anymore. You just let people be who they be. You let people act how they act because you've overcame this. You've experienced it. You've overridden it mentally. You've prayed about it. God came to your aid about it. Look at that. You prayed about it, so God came to your aid about it. All right? That needs to be a shirt. I prayed about it, so God came to my aid about it. I prayed about it on the front, and God came to my aid about it on the back. I prayed about it, so God came to my aid about it. Holy Spirit is working. But I'm just enjoying this day. I'm just enjoying this peace. And I'm going to keep enjoying peace, and I'm going to keep enjoying good days. Because God is good. And he loves his chosen ones, his anointed ones. He loves us. The world's going to hate us. All right, we're going to catch a lot of hate, but you know why though. Now you know why. Once you know why, it's like, okay, man, it's all this hate. But this is what I really meant when I was talking about it the other day in the other video. Somebody asked me, how do you give your power to God? It's simple. It's very simple. All right, you probably already know because I just stated it. They hate you, but God loves you. We're going to get all this hate. It's because we have the love of God in our lives, on our lives. We have God's hand directly touching our lives. God uses us and moves us like a chess piece on the chessboard of life. All right, we are God's chess pieces. He moves us on his chessboard of life in a game that the enemy has already lost. God is the master chess player. And we are his chess. We are the pieces on his board. So once you realize, like, yo, they hate me, man, that's frustrating. But why? It's frustrating that they hate you, but it's alleviating why they hate you. It's frustrating why they hate you, but it's also alleviating why they hate you as well. They hate you, and that's hard to deal with. It's difficult to deal with, but it's a badge of honor because it's for God's sake. And it's like, wait a minute. When you focus on the God's sake part, all the negative energy from their hate, it dissipates. It gets destroyed. It's washed away like a tide. All right, it's washed away like the tide on the beach. The seaweed on the beach. Seaweed will come on the shore, just be chilling on the sand, and then here come the tide, wash it right back out the shore. And that's just like their hate. It get washed. The fact that they hate us because God loves us destroys that hate, destroys that negativity within you. And that's how you can endure that negativity right in the midst of these people, because the joy of the Lord is your strength. All right, you got to connect these things. This is why they say when you read the Bible, here a little, there a little. You got to put things together and make it make sense for you. The joy of the Lord is your strength. And this is why you have to rejoice. Jesus says rejoice. God says rejoice. All right, they hate you for Jesus' sake. They hate you for God's sake. It's something to be happy about. Because if you're not happy about it, that means you're just living with the fact that they hate you instead of living with the fact of why they hate you. Don't focus on the fact that they hate you. Focus on the fact why they hate you. Why do they hate you? For the sake of God, for the goodness of God. Because we have his hand on our life, and he blesses us, and we have a better life than all the people that hate us. And that's just the truth. They wouldn't hate us if we didn't. They would not hate us if we didn't. All right? So we're just out here connecting some dots, putting this thing together, helping you get your mind right, helping you get right with God, okay? Helping you get your spirit right on 100 or 1,000. Saw somebody put in the comments on 1,000. All right, we moving on up. You feel me? God bless everybody God bless all the subscribers. You know. God bless all the new subscribers. God bless everybody that's been holding it down with me since day one. All right. Shout out to everybody, you know. So those enablers, you got to watch out for them. These are the people that seem to have your back. These are the people that turn a blind eye to negative treatment. These are the people that won't abuse you or treat you in a negative way, or won't try to play with your mind in the sense of what they do, but they will play with your mind in the sense of acting like they don't see what's going on between you and the narcissist. Okay, they will definitely act like they don't see it. They will add, not in the sense of just minding their business and staying out of it, but in the sense of enabling the narcissist and their ways. They don't have any, they're not full-blown narcissistic, but they have some traits in the sense of they enjoy other people's suffering. They may not touch you, they may not cause you to suffer, but if you're suffering, they're watching and they enjoying it. They're the ones that sit back and just eat some popcorn. Ooh, somebody's life going wrong. Ooh, somebody's life jacked up. You know, these are the people, like these are the people when somebody gets into an accident, they pull over to the side of the road. They're not even involved in the accident. They don't even call 911. They just pull their phone out and want to see how jacked up or how bad the person is. These are those types of people. And like I said, they won't cause anything, but they'll be there for it. Trust and believe, they are there for it, y'all. And these are the people that when they know something is going wrong, they're all up in your face. Hi, how you doing? They just heard you get into an argument. They just heard something bad. They just saw something actually happen to you because they're watching the crap out of you. These are the energy vampires. Enablers are energy vampires. They're out for blood. They're out for negativity. They enjoy the suffering of others. That is not a normal thing, to enjoy the suffering of others. That's a pattern of the devil, y'all. You know God according to his pattern. You know the devil according to his pattern. To enjoy the suffering of others, that's a narcissistic trait. That person has demonic traits. That person has a demonic spirit on them. Enjoy the suffering of others. That's rough. You don't enjoy the suffering of others to make you feel better about yourself. That's somebody that needs an ego boost. That's somebody that is injured by your presence. People that have an issue with you and have a problem with you, but don't necessarily take out how they feel on you, but watch you suffer and enjoy you suffer, these are the people that are jealous of you also. These are the people that don't clap for you for your success. It's like, how could you not want to see someone do good? Especially if you know this person. You've seen what they've been through. You've seen everything that they went through. And you don't have anything to say, but you're watching though. You're watching, but you don't have anything to say. You know what this person is doing. You know what this person is interested in. You know what this person is doing with their life. You're watching and you don't have anything to say. You saw what they went through. You saw them experience this. You acted like you didn't see a thing. You acted like this person was just a normal, regular, nice person. So people will have the nerve to say that they're not that bad. It's because that they are not receiving the treatment themselves and they don't want to. And most likely when you're not around, they probably are. They might be catching a break because you're there. That's probably why they're all smiling, happy in your face. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to work today. You're here now, so now they're on you. They're off of me. You're my new best friend. And you don't even know this person is feeding off your energy and feeding off the fact that they're not the target anymore because you are. People are sick. People that don't have any goals and dreams in life and don't aspire to be anything, these are the people that don't have anything to lose, and they're the most volatile people to people who want to become successful. They're the people that chosen ones have to watch out for the most. They'll be just as nice, just as happy, just as all in your face with the big smile on, smiling all up in your face, asking you how you're doing. And these are the people that want your information to bring it back to the people who are the narcissists. These are the flying monkeys. These are the people that want to get your information. They'll go tell it to people so that way these people know how to abuse you and they'll know what to do to you. They'll know how to get to you. Oh, she likes this. She does this. He's interested in that. He wants to be this. He goes home and does that. will make him stay later on those days, change his schedule. That's why people start changing your schedule. When you tell people too much, when you give up too much information, you give people more control and more power over your life than they need. So that way, what seems to be something subtle and passive aggressive is really a dire crush and a major blow to your life, because you got people who hate you making subtle changes and subtle movements in your life and to your schedule, adjustments to your schedule. And now your whole life is turned upside down and around because this person has power over you and your life. And that's why I always say you got to start a business. You got to put something together for yourself. Because when you're chosen, people are jealous of you. And whatever they see you have going on, they're going to want to stop. They're going to want to change it. They're going to want to make you not enjoy it anymore. This could be life. This could be a job. This could be anything. Anything that people who are jealous of you, that they see you get enjoyment out of, they're going to want to try to find a way to destroy that and kill that, because it gives you happiness. You think that it's because it's something wrong you're doing. You think because they might think you're doing it and it's wasting your time. You think they just don't want you to do it. No, this is something that brings you enjoyment. This is something that makes you happy. This is something that people cannot stand, that have narcissistic personality disorder. They cannot stand the joy in other people. That's why they always have to try to step on you while you're happy, or put you down when you feel good. They cannot stand the sight of your happiness. That's how you know they have some devil in them. Anybody that has the devil in them cannot stand the joy in another. They cannot stand your happiness. If you're a real person, you know that you had to, you know how you had a little crooked smile sometimes when somebody won in front of you, or somebody got the prize, or somebody got what you wanted. You didn't get it. You felt some type of way about it. You put your little crooked smile on. You said, "Oh, God bless you, you mug you," and you kept it moving. No, you weren't happy for them. No, you weren't as positive, but you didn't attack them. You did not want to see them win. You did not want to see them not get it because you didn't get it. You just didn't get it. You felt salty, and you kept it moving with your salty didn't get it self. But you got blessed right afterwards, I'm sure, because God always will open another door when you got a good heart that'll allow you to spread your wings and soar. When you have a good heart, God will allow you to spread your wings and soar, y'all. Doesn't matter who walks around in red shirts trying to gang up on you and make you question your reality because they're bored and they have no life. It doesn't matter. People trying to play games with your mind because they're jealous because they ain't chosen and they don't have no goals, dreams, or aspirations that'll make them shine bright like the sun, because they're not the chosen one. All right? Don't take your anointing for granted. Chosen means you're supposed to be doing something with your life. You're not just supposed to be saying, "I'm chosen." That's how I used to be. "I'm chosen." Yeah. You're supposed to do something with that. So that way you could be like, "Yeah, I'm chosen," and it means something. When you're chosen, you got to make it mean something. That's why people are being mean to you, because your life means something. People aren't being mean to you for no reason. They're being mean to you because you have meaning in life. All right? These people are being mean to you because your life has meaning, and they're mad that theirs doesn't. Their life has no meaning, little to no meaning. Your life got all the meaning. All right? Your life got all of God's glory all on it. Glory, glory, hallelujah. That's what people think of when they think of you, when they see you. All right? These enablers are going to suffer the same fate as the narcopath because they wanted to see you suffer. They didn't mind seeing you suffer. They didn't mind seeing someone suffer. You got to be a sick, twisted person to want to see somebody suffer. That's like somebody that, man, I'm not even going to get into all that. All right? That's too deep. I ain't going to get into all that. But look like that plane is just floating. That's not something that you would want to see somebody do. You don't have any empathy. All right, people who don't possess empathy, psychologists say aren't human, and they just capped it off at that. So it's like psychologists don't look at narcissism from a spiritual sense. They don't look at it from the person of being a demon or empaths being earth angels. They don't look at it like that. They just see empath, narcissist. They just see it as a personality. but they will say that if a person lacks empathy, they aren't human. So if you're not human, what are you? If you lack empathy and you're not human, and that's what the psychologists say about the human brain and the human mind. They say if the human mind lacks empathy, it's not if they say the brain lacks empathy, or if a person lacks empathy, they're not human. So if you're not human, what are you? They're a demon. Demon. They demons. All right. They are demons, and that's okay because you have God. You don't need a demon to be an angel. Just for you to be an angel and live your life and be happy and be wealthy and be so fly you could take a selfie. You don't need anyone to change for you to have peace. That's the beauty of life. You don't need anyone to change for you to have peace. It's not a requirement for others to be different. People are allowed to be who they are. You don't need the world to change. You don't need others to change. You don't need that job to change. You don't need your employees to change. You don't need your manager to change. You don't need your boss to change. You don't need that Uber driver to change. All right? You don't need nobody to change. Your neighbors, nobody. You don't need anybody to change. The people copying you, you don't need nobody to change. Everybody's allowed to be exactly who they are and what they want to be. They can copy you from sea to shining sea. All right? They can copy you from sea to shining sea. You don't need them to change for you to maintain your peace. You don't need them. You don't need them to change for you to have your peace. You don't. It's not a requirement. You could be just as peaceful as you want to be. People could be just as rude, as negative, as corrupt, copycatish. You don't need them to change. You have to figure out how to find some peace within you and your mind. It's a game. People are affecting you and your mind, and what they're doing is irritating you. And you have to figure out a way to not be irritated, to not be mentally disturbed. Just because other people are enablers, or they're jealous, or they're narcissistic, or they're haters, or they're negative. You got to figure out how to wrap your mind around some peace, around some God, around some success. So that way you could be standing, you could be right in the midst of hell, but you're so up in heaven that you're unaffected. You went up, just like Ezekiel. You went up. Let us go up at once. All right, you went up. Let us go up at once. That's what this means when the Bible is talking about going up. You need to go up. The enablers are wicked, y'all. It's what they do best. They enjoy seeing other people not do their best. They enjoy seeing other people get dealt with negatively. However, these are the people that enjoy seeing other people tortured. Like, these are the people that were like rooting when people were getting thrown in lions' dens and during the gladiators' times, when you got to fight 4 lions and it's just you and a meat club and everybody's like, yeah! There are people that didn't want that to happen, and then you got the people that paid to see it. Yeah! All right, these people don't have souls, y'all. They're soulless, empty inside. They don't possess no Holy Spirit. When you don't want to see other people suffer, when you don't want to see other people do bad, you possess a good spirit. You have light in you. You don't have any darkness in you. People that like to enjoy the suffering of others, they're dark. All right, they're really dark. They got a dark soul and a dark mind. All right, I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be. All right, everybody hit the like button, hit the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm about to end this one right here. Appreciate everybody checking this out. All right, this has been another DruTube special. Shout out to the Chosen Vessel. Salute to the GCVs, Drew Nation. All right, and the Galactic family. Peace.